Hey guys, this is Dr. Quads, and as you can hear, behind me is something special. Or maybe you can't hear it, because behind me is a drone hovering with the new Toroidal propellers. Oh yeah, baby. These things are so quiet. It's just whispering. I mean, you could barely hear it. Now, there's a little bit of wind right now, so the pit is taking over, but on a clear day, this thing just hums. If it's right next to you, you can hear it. But if I go just a little bit out of range or even fly behind something, it just completely disappears. It's insane. I mean, this is some next level stuff. I could fly in a park, and if you're like 10 feet away, you wouldn't even hear the drone. Guys, this is absolutely mind-blowing. Look at this. Oh my gosh. The new Toroidal cut. All jokes aside, those are not the Toroidal propellers, as you can see, but they're pretty darn quiet. The reason why I'm making this video is to show just how dishonest MIT was in their video. When they were doing the comparison on the bench, they used the loudest propeller that I've ever heard, and it reminded me of like those Kickstarter videos where they're trying to over the top make a comparison to make their product seem viable. It just really tasted bad in the mouth for an institution as prestigious as MIT to be engaging in Kickstarter-like tactics where they make a ridiculous comparison and, most importantly, never actually show footage or audio of the propellers working on a drone in the actual case of them being on a drone. They showed a FPV drone hovering with regular, very loud propellers, by the way. Why didn't they show that same test with their propellers? And I'll tell you why. Because the propellers are a scam. Now, before you guys say, hey, wait a second, there's boats out there with those propellers and they're really great. Yes, yes, yes. But here's the problem. As you scale that design down, it becomes less and less viable. One, the inefficiency lost is pretty massive as you scale down. On a giant propeller, you're only going to be having a little bit of that bends and stuff that's not really adding to the lift. It doesn't matter because it's a small percentage of the whole. But on a smaller propeller, that starts to really increase the inefficiency because that small little piece of bend that's not adding to the thrust is going to be, let's say, something like 5% of your overall thrust. That's 5% efficiency loss. That's pretty massive. Let's say it could be even something like 10% or 25%. And that's what we're seeing now is you're using to have way more thrust on a 2.5-inch drone with the Toroidal propellers than you would with, anything equivalent. The second reason is because of the geometry, and this is just basic physics, the more rigid you make it, the more heavy it's going to be. And propeller weight is really, really, really important. I can't stress that enough. If you want to make it strong enough to where it doesn't explode in mid-flight, it's going to be so heavy that you would need a bigger motor to spin it that you could then just actually have used a bigger prop. And that's why I think MIT's whole video was just kind of scammy, and I think they're above that. So guys, don't buy into the hype. It was a cool project, but it's definitely not something viable, and it's not what they're making it out. Hold on a second. Huh? Okay, guys, I'm sorry. My buddy just sent me a video here, and I have to say, I'm totally wrong. There is now new footage out of the Toroidal propellers working. It was just a slight design tweak, and oh my gosh, just look and listen to this. This is absolutely beautiful. Wow, you couldn't even hear it if it was next to you.
Oh, already, it doesn't sound good.
Dad, how long are the days on this planet?
Computer, how long are the days on this planet?
42 hours.